Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all folks in between, and welcome to a spooky Halloween edition of the Aunt Millicent's Cooking Show. Cue that spooky music. Thanks for coming back to the show. The Halloween show has been a tradition on the show for exactly 1 year. Last year, I made a cake that looked like a big square Frankenstein head. So this year, I wanted to come up with something kind of fun. And tonight, I'm going to be making a recipe called peanut butter spider cookies. Sounds delicious. Let's apron up. Okay, all you ghouls, let's get right to the ingredients, shall we? So you're going to need a half a cup of granulated sugar. You're going to need a half a cup of brown sugar. That's what's in here. Okay. You're going to need a half a cup of peanut butter. Your brand is your choice. It probably should be creamy though. And then you're going to need a half a cup of butter. That's a full stick. And make sure it's softened to room temperature. Okay. You need an egg. That's a chicken egg. Okay. And don't use any other kind. You're going to need a half a cup of regular flour. Okay. And then you're going to need 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. And then you're going to need a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Okay. Now, that's your basic cookies. Okay. But you're going to add a little drop of chocolate to the top, and you can add whatever you like. The tradition is Hershey's Kisses, but I prefer these little guys. These are truffles. They're European. And they're really, really good. And for these spiders, we're going to cut them in half. So I've got about 2 boxes of these. You can buy whatever you want. Whatever you can afford is cool. Reese cups will also work. Okay. And then that is the cookie part. So now we got to talk about what we're going to do with the cookies. Okay. So those chocolates are going to make up the spider bodies. Okay. For the spider eyes, you can buy these little cartoon chocolate eyes they have. I couldn't find any in my local store, unfortunately. But I bought these little white sprinkles that look like pearls. I thought they'd make some nice spider eyes. Okay. So I got an alternate plan since things didn't work out. Okay. And then we're going to need a little bit of frosting to go on our cookies too. So for that, you're going to need 2 sticks of softened butter. Okay. Then you're going to need a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You're going to need 4 cups of powdered sugar. This is a lot. Okay. This is probably a double recipe anyway. And then 3/4 of a cup of unsweetened cocoa. And a milk. We need 1/4 of a cup of milk. And that should get everything. Okay. So when we're done, we should have these cool looking little cookies, which hopefully will be on the pictures on the screen here. And they'll be awesome. Okay. Everybody will love them. So let's get started. Okay, y'all, here we go. We're going to add half a cup of plain sugar. That's granulated sugar. That goes in there. And then we're going to add half a cup of brown sugar. Okay, this is kind of got some moisture in it. It should be okay. Now we got to add our stick of butter, which is half of a cup. Okay, so that's all pre-softened. It should go in there really nicely. And let's go ahead and add our egg. I should have done that with one hand to show you what a pro I was, but I'm afraid I'll drop something in there. Okay. And then we have to add our peanut butter. So this is, I won't say it's challenging, but we've got to scoop this out and kind of put it in a cup. There's probably a better way to do this. And if you put too much peanut butter in there, I don't think anybody's going to mind. Okay, so we'll just do this. That's about right. And then we'll just scoop it in just like that. So we're going to take this and blend it in the mixer until it's nice and blended. Okay. And I'll be back. Okay, ghouls, we are back. And I have mixed up my previous mixture together in the KitchenAid. And now I'm going to add 1.5 cups of flour. Just going to go straight in there. And now we got to add our 3/4 teaspoons of baking. This is going to be baking soda. Okay. So I'm going to add 3 of these guys. This is 1/4. 1, 2, 3. And then the last one we're going to blend in is a half a cup of this one is baking powder. Okay. I'm not the best baker in the world. So that's going to go in the mixer too, and we'll blend together, and I'll be back one more time. Okay, y'all, this is the part where you need to start heating up your oven to 375, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our blended materials here, Go wash your hands first. I know where your hands have been. Okay. All right. So we're going to pull some of this dough out, and I want you to roll it into a little spherical object. And for those of you who don't do math like I do in my head all the time, that's a ball. Okay. And then I want you to get a plate and put some sugar on it, and you're going to roll it in that sugar. Okay. And that's your cookie right there. Okay. So do that. I don't know how many you get out of here. Just, you need about a ball about an inch or so. Just keep pulling them out of there and roll them around in that sugar. Okay. And if you need more sugar, you can get more. Okay. Oops. It's kind of an ugly ball there. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So I'll be back when these are done. All right. Okay, ghouls, we are done placing them on the cookie tray. I got 22 of these. You may want to make them separately. I don't know. I'm not sure how much they're going to spread out. So there you go. So put them in your cookie tray. We're going to cook these about 8 to 10 minutes in your oven. And if you know your oven, you may want to go short or long, depending on how good your oven is. I'll be back. Okay, guys, my peanut butter cookies have been pulled out. I put them on a nice paper towel. There's more over there. Now, while these were cooking, I got my truffles out and I cut them in half. They're a little big to be put on as a whole truffle. So to make your spider, this is going to be the body of the spider. Okay, and while these guys are kind of hot, you just take these and press them down in the middle. Okay, some of these truffles ended up kind of breaking up a little bit, but in the end, it's not going to matter too much. So these are my little spider bodies. Okay, so take your guys out of the oven, and while they're still hot, put either your Reese cups or whatever chocolate you have on there. Okay, and they'll look fantastic when you're done. Okay, so I'll catch up with you in just a minute. Okay, y'all, we're going to make this a little bit more Halloween with some decorations. Okay, so I want to make some chocolate buttercream icing. This is not the usual, what do I call it, cream cheese icing. So I want you to add a stick of butter here. I'm going to half this recipe because I don't think I need that much. So this is a half stick of butter. Go ahead and cream that real good. Make sure it's, it's softened for room temperature. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, now I need you to add half of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're going to add 2 cups, not 4, of powdered sugar. There we go. 1, 2. Okay, the next thing that goes in is about a little under 3/4 of a cup cocoa powder. Okay, it's probably about right there. Maybe a little bit more. We like chocolate, right? And then finally, you need to get your milk out, and we need about 1/4 of a cup. So I'm halving my recipe. Okay, put all that together and let's blend. And this should give us a nice buttercream icing to pipe onto our cookies. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, guys, what I've done is I've pulled out my icing and I put it in a frosting bag. I know y'all may not have a frosting bag at home, so if you don't want to decorate this up like me, you can. I am not the best decorator in the world. So I've got it with a really sharp tip, and this is the body of your spider. And we're going to make legs, okay? This hardly requires some, I'll tell you what, I'll do it down here. And all you got to do is do you some streaks. Now, spiders got 8 legs last time I checked. So you need 8 of them, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And the excitement builds as they find out if Aunt Millie can count to 8. That's 6. That's 7. You get better at this as you go. And then 8, okay? Oh my goodness, that's a terrible leg. I should be fired. There's your spider, y'all, okay? Now I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to put a little drop on top because there's a reason for that, okay? So I'm going to go over here to my pearls, my sugar pearls, and I'm going to add 2 tiny little pearls to my spider head, okay? Now, if you put this on the table, that will not look like a spider. But you know what? It's still pretty cute, isn't it? So all you got to do is go through all your cookies, add your little icing pipings, and add your either your candy eyes or your whatever you got for your eye substitute. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and finish all these up, and I want you to do that too. I want you to enjoy the heck out of these. Okay. So I'll be back. Okay, y'all, we are done. As you can see, there's a few cookies missing already. But there you go. There's your plate of spiders, and they're all decorated up. So I'm going to try them out and meet me in the dining room in just a minute, okay? Hey, y'all, we are in the dining room, and we are ready to try our peanut butter spider cookies. I'm going to put that near the camera. I don't know if y'all can see him, but there he is. I'm not the best decorator in the world. It looks a little like a crab, which I guess that's an arthropod, so it's pretty close, right? Anyway, so he's got his little sugar eyes on top there. Okay, so let's try this out. I know this recipe is good because we've made this a million times. I just never decorated it. So, I love peanut butter, no lie. Okay, so there you go. I hope you had a good time making the cookies, and I hope you have a wonderful Halloween season. And I hope to see you next year at Halloween. And with that, I bid you all a happy and healthy bon appetit.